Hey guys, welcome back to Trey's Auto. Today we're going to take a look back at the 2020 Lincoln Corsair. I've had some interest on the Lincoln Corsair again, and so we're going to step back into the vehicle and take a look. I always like that the Detroit Symphony playing when you start this thing up. So let's take a drive and see what we got going on. Excuse me. Cancel.
Canceling.
And now getting behind the wheel of this this Lincoln is definitely a pleasure. There's really not much to the car that I do not like or enjoy or think was, misplaced or any kind of negative aspects of the vehicle. For the size, in this segment is comparison with the Escape, which, looking at both the vehicles, there is really no comparison. So I don't like using that comparison, even though that's what that's what Ford tells you. But looking at both the vehicles, there's really too many differences to make them comparable. The turn signals is a nice soothing sound to get you on the road. Road noise is a minimum, even with the Vista roof. Which I myself, I've never been a fan of the roofs, the moon roofs, but with this package, this car has it, and I'm not going to complain about it. With the MKC, fitting into the Sunset, and the Corsair fitting into the Lincoln lineup now, it's a very, very good combination. I liked driving the MKC. As tall as I am, the front seat, it felt like a big vehicle. I mean, as long as you didn't turn your head and look around in the rear of the vehicle, in the back seat. You do that now, and you are pleasantly surprised, and you kind of wonder now where the room came from, because it's definitely here. The MKC handled well. The MKC handled great. It was a car I always really wanted, but you still couldn't get over that space in the back seat. And you get people looking at this car, this Corsair now, and they do wonder, how did they make this much room in there? Because it's definitely there. And at this size, at 15 feet 1 inch is the length of the Corsair, it really, really does a great job of controlling space and making it useful. And that was my number one draw towards the car, is that this 8-speed transmission is flawless. She's got plenty of get up and go with a 2-liter, married with the 8-speed. And when I first saw the 2-liter, I didn't really know what to think about it. Everything gets smaller with the turbos and this and that, but once you get behind the wheel of one, you really are impressed with what it has to offer, and the high fuel economy. And getting, I think, 22 city and 29 highway with a combined of 25 is great for any crossover nowadays. That when that turbo kicks in, it just feels good. It kind of puts you in the seat a little bit, and that's what you want to see nowadays in any vehicle. Just something that's exciting to drive, and that's what you get with this Corsair. You forget about the size, and when you think about that, you think about the Aviator, which I know is a much bigger vehicle, but in my opinion, this is a better bang for your buck, so to speak. I feel like you get a car that's genuine, it's down to earth. When you look at it, and you walk out to it, it kind of makes you want to smile. If that sounds cheesy, no, oh well. And as far as handling, she's very responsive. No play in the steering wheel. And this one has the upgraded 19-inch wheels. No complaints out of those. I mean, I feel like it takes bumps very well, almost as if they're not even there. And when you're sitting here, looking at the interior, although I do hit it sometimes, the voice commands button where I can do it again. I can hit it and say your commands. Cancel.
I didn't get that. Please try again.
Cancel.
Canceling.
They probably don't understand my southern dialect, but we're working on it. Your seating position in the car is great too. I love the way the doors go to my shoulders, which I have I like to sit low and I like to sit far back in the seat, but it fits my 6'5" foot self pretty well. With perfect distance to the steering wheel, I can sit relaxed. Seating is very, very comfortable. Almost as you're almost like you're at home sitting in your lazy boy recliner. Let me take a bump right here and see that's car barely even notices it. The blind spot monitoring is great to have, and it's good. It's in a good location. We'll do it. And one thing that's seriously impressive and compares with the Jeep Wrangler is the turning radius. I mean, you can turn this thing on a dime. I mean, whipping it in and out of parking spots is a breeze, which is something I like. And it's the bigger vehicles, just they're more of a hassle to drive, even though people like them. But this is something you can get in and go and just feel like you're getting places. You feel like, I don't know why, but you feel like it's less of a hassle to get in this thing and go, because it's something everybody can drive. A lot of people don't like the bigger vehicles. They don't like the handling, or don't like the responsibility of keeping it in the lanes because you got more to deal with. But this thing is, this Lincoln is really, really on the money on the size standpoint once again. And I guess when I think about any downsides to the vehicle, which really isn't one to even bring up, but the auto start-stop technology, I don't like any vehicle, to be honest with you. I like them all running at all times. If it's not running, then I know I got a problem. But as they're doing that in all the cars now, just something you got to get used to, something you got to adapt with, and I could turn it off, up here. I can press this button and go to and turn that off. But that's just really no point to. It's something you got to get used to. Adapt with the times, I guess. Adapt with the times. the steering wheel is also very, very comfortable to hang on to. I mean, it just, it fits my hands perfectly. As it gets a little wider in the 10 and 2 area, that's, you know, it's a good spot to hang on to. And then it goes down a little bit right here. And I gotta love how they put the speed limit on the dash, which, you know, they can remind you so you don't get caught speeding. Because I mean, that's one thing about this vehicle, you can get caught speeding, and she'll get up and go for you, and then next thing you know, you're well over the posted speed limit. So that's always a good reminder. And everything that, you know, digitally on the dash is very soothing and gives you kind of a relaxing feel, which, you know, I think Lincoln does that in all their vehicles. And I've worked for a Lincoln dealership for over 15 years, and this is one car that I'm extremely, extremely proud of. I've always loved the product. I just see the progression over the years. And once again, I mean, she's great responsive acceleration. When you hit that gas, she goes where you want her to go, and when you want her to go. And as you can see, my hands don't move much on the wheel. I mean, the guide as well. It's true to its steering. And at this price point, at the $42,000 price point, I mean, I feel like the way prices on the cars are nowadays, you're getting a lot for your money. And I know there's, you know, a lot of luxury brands to consider and look at, but, and I'm going to tell you why I think Lincoln is the one, you know, that you definitely need to spend some time on. And over the years, they have grown, but they have always stayed true to, you know, to making the customer feel comfortable. And that's what I feel like you're getting at any Lincoln product, but, you know, and also with this Corsair. You know, staying true to their name is, you know, something you got to be proud of, and you got to, you know, respect. And you know, I'm not going to say I'm biased towards certain vehicles. You know, I've got my likes and I've got my dislikes, and and throughout my reviews, I'm going to try to be, you know, not non-biased or anything like that. I'm going to try to, you know, give my honest opinion. And so I'm going to do some reviews on some, you know, different brands, you know, and then also stick with the ones that I enjoy doing, and kind of, you know, keep it in that direction. And I just feel like, you know, sometimes that Lincoln gets overlooked, and there's different stereotypes out there, but, you know, I feel like it does not get the recognition that it deserves, you know, at certain points, you know, at certain levels. And there's always people that hate certain brands, and, you know, I won't buy this, I won't buy that, but, you know, that comes with the territory. But I can honestly say that, you know, my time in this vehicle is extremely, extremely fun, and it's kind of adventurous. It makes you want to just get on an open road and just roll, which that's what driving should be about. All right, so I want to go over, you know, the window sticker on this vehicle. It's at $41,940. Now this car is a little different than a lot of them. It's going to be, you know, your front-wheel drive, you know, base, but it's got the 101A package with that convenience package with navigation, voice activated. It's got optional equipment. It's got 225 55 R19s, Michelin tires. It's got the premium package. It's got panoramic vista roof with the window shade. It's got the 19 painted aluminum wheels. I know some people like the the black trim in the aluminum wheels, but I'm a little more simple and like the closest to a chrome wheel as I can get as far as color wise, and this was it. That's kind of where I went on that in that area. Got the elements package. You got heated steering wheels, heated rear seats, windshield wipers, and de-icer, and the rain sensing wipers. It's, and as I said before, before this came from Capital Lincoln in Cary, North Carolina. Their address is 525 Crossroads Boulevard. And it's got your fuel economy, which I mentioned earlier. And then this is the Infinite Black with the premium leather, the sandstone. So that's, at the 41,000 mark, and you're getting a Lincoln. So, I mean, you got to be impressed with that, especially when you look at it, you get to a Navigator, and you're at 100,000, you're at 60,000 on the Aviator. I mean, it's really a great buy. And, I cannot emphasize that enough. That signature Lincoln grill. It's very, very pretty, and that prominent Lincoln logo. I mean, the front of this vehicle is sheer outstanding with the LED lights and the LED trim around the headlights. It's a very Navigator, Aviator-ish front end. Now we're at the 19 inch alloy wheels, the Michelin's. They're very pretty, and I know you can get them with the black trim or black wheels, and I just feel that these, especially in the black color, complement the car very well. Then you have the Corsair logo, which I know a lot of people complain that they don't like the badging up top, but I feel like this type of vehicle with the body lines, it fits very well. It follows the contour in this area all the way down the car with a slight slope. And then you have that classic Lincoln tailgate, lift gate, with the Lincoln badging, which I really like up top. It's, that way if you don't know what it is, especially with a new vehicle, you do now. You see that driving on the road. So we go around to the passenger side of the car and follow the body lines that kind of slope down at some level. And now here is the 2.0 lid, EcoBoost. It's 250 horsepower and 275 pound-foot of torque. Everything is very easy to get to. Not loaded with plastic, which is always good. The batteries, seems to be easy to reach if you ever have to take it out for any reason. Which a lot of times they push them way back up there under the window, so but now you can't see it, but when you walk up to the car with your keys in your pocket, the Lincoln logo does light up on the ground, which is really nice. So we'll go to the back of the vehicle. So right here is your button. You're going to hit that, and she's coming up. Here's our Corsair cargo mat. Plenty of space in here for plenty of luggage. We've got our LED lights. We've got our power folding seats. Push the button and they go down. And likewise. Now you do have to push them back up, which is, that's okay. Now here's where I really want to show off again, and that is our legroom. Remember, I'm 6'5". I've got the front seat set to my height, and boom, I'm in the back seat with legroom. That just amazes me, especially looking at the MKC when you couldn't hardly get my feet in. I'm sitting out sideways with the feet hanging out, but Not knocking that car, but this is impressive. We have rear vents, our panoramic roof, we've got some nice soft touch. We've got a little hard plastic, but you know. Get out of here and go to the front of the vehicle. And let me go ahead and shut the lift gate. To do that, we hit this button. There's our keypad. Now, like the Corsair, like the Aviator, the Continental, the Navigator, all the Lincoln products. Here are the power seats buttons. I like them up here because, I mean, at first you get in the car and you reach down, but then you realize they're on the door, and then, so they're easy to get to. You can see them. You got your memory seats. You've got quality, nice window controls, mirror, lock and unlock, power folding mirror button up right here. Sitting behind the wheel, Corsair illuminates. Get a little music. Over here we've got our power lift gate. We've got our nice digital gauges with our miles per gallon, our odometer, our trip meter. Over here's our tachometer and speedometer over there. Now, one thing really nice about this vehicle is this touchscreen. A lot of them are getting kind of funky with the, like the Explorer looks like a tablet. This thing, it fits the dash well. It's solid. It's not going anywhere. It's not too bulky, but it's there. So you've got audio, phone, navigation, your apps, and settings. Down here you can press this button and you've got your auto hold, auto start stop, and traction control. And you've got your camera. Now, or we can put it in reverse down here with our piano dial type buttons. And that is a very high resolution camera. I mean, it's really, really good quality. So, and you can, as far as the touchscreen, you've got all your access up here on the touchscreen, but you can also go down here, and you got your heat and cool seats. You've got your button to change your temperature, your defrost, your rear defrost. You got your speed, your fan speed, your AC, your max AC. You can also do your volume control and source buttons or hazards. Now at night, which is pretty cool, you can change the color of the ambient lighting. So we're on red, so we go to settings. We're going to scroll over. We're going to go to ambient lighting. Try to, excuse me. We're going to hit it again. And we've got our color palette. We can change it to blue. We've got yellow. We've got red, which it was on. We've got darker blue. We've got green. We've got purple. And we have white. Go back to my red. Then I can exit out of the screen, and there goes that start stop again. But that's one thing about it, when it does shut off on you, if if you don't have the radio going, it's quiet in here. You can hear pin drops, but going around these curves, though, she does corner well. I feel like it makes you want to get worse gas miles. I always want to stomp on the gas and let off, stomp on the gas and let off, but you know, you got to keep the old foot in check, so to speak. And one thing, you know, awesome about this car is you're driving around it, you know, at this point in the release of it, you know, you're driving around and people are like, well, what is that? You know, I'll say the name Corsair and they're like, well, never heard of that, you know. I'm not sure yet if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, I definitely love it. You know, and I wanted to do this review, to do a more in-depth review. I know my first video of the Lincoln Corsair kind of went a little fast, and you know, my first couple videos, and I'm, you know, getting used to things, and but I wanted to come back and do a more in-depth, you know, view, you know, after some ownership time, and you know, let you know we're in March now, and I've had the vehicle since December 26th. So now it hasn't been driven much. We're only at 712 miles, but you know, that's enough time to you know, find the likes and dislikes of the vehicle. Like I said again, you know, the list is short on the dislikes. It's just been a, you know, overall a great experience. I almost don't want to get out of it, but you know, every ride's got to come to an end. There's always tomorrow. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you enjoyed the video of the 2020 Lincoln Corsair. Go on out to Capital Lincoln in Cary, North Carolina, where this one came from, and take a look at one. It's a great vehicle. I've enjoyed it, and I feel like anybody that takes a look at it will, you know, come to the same realization that I have, that it's worth a glance, and you know, hopefully more. But I hope you like the video. Subscribe, click that like button, and hit that bell so that the next videos you can get notified on. Hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you next time. Later.